Ladies and gentlemen, we continue here on day 3 of the 2017 BDO World Trophy and introduce to the stage our Australian regional qualifier, a former Pacific Masters and Australian Grand Masters champion. He's last year's BDO World Trophy finalist. From Adelaide, Machin, Peter Machin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something they call a groundbreaker. So let me first apologize to the shirts and the ties for your makeup. Cause I'll make you ugly as soon as it drops, we're on a rampage.
We now bring to the stage a former British Open and Welsh Open champion, a recent Denmark Open champion, the 2015 Lakeside World Champion. It's England's Scotty Dog, Scott Mitchell.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
When the party was nice, the party was pumping. And everybody having a ball. Until the fellas started name calling.
From Glendurant, and certainly an act to follow, there's no doubt about it. A wonderful performance from him. Always nice to see the Viking on the stage, but sadly no more in this tournament, but I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him in months and years to come. Now to this game, Scotty Dog there, the 2015 World Champion, came through yesterday in an absolute spellbinding match. 6-5, he managed to win it, and was he a relieved man, playing Ümit Uygunzoglu, the man from Turkey. Very good player indeed. And it may well be that he'll have another such match to contend with here, because Peter Machin is a very, very fine player. As a finalist in this 12 months ago, an excellent performance in his first round to beat Geert de Vos 6-3.
First leg, it's Scott to throw
in that
first.
game
on.
Anthony Dundas, he hit 4 180s and finished the match with 1-2-4 on the bull. I'm very, very impressed with Machin. I was 12 months ago. I have been in, from what I've seen this
100.
year. And a lot of people might assume that Mitchell will win this, but he knows that he's going to be in a game.
Yeah, Peter Machin came over and surprised us all last year. 5 magnificent performances, including his final performance. He was very unlucky.
139.
Darryl Fitton just better on the day, but this guy can throw darts, and he's an absolute gentleman into the bargain. I've had the pleasure of his company quite a lot today and yesterday as well, sitting in his company in the players' room. Great company, great guy, and
60.
This is going to be a great match.
So, sit back and enjoy it. And that's what we intend doing, for certain. Scotty Dog averaged nearly 91 in that victory against Uygunzoglu, whereas Machin was just below that, 88, 89, in beating Geert de Vos. I would suspect that
100.
they'll raise their game here for each other, because they'll know they've got to.
Yeah, Mitchell averaging a good few points higher in the first round than his Turkish opponent, whose name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. But a 6-5, it was a very, very close game, through by the skin of his teeth. But again, maybe just the experience that Scott has on the big stage,
60.
getting him through that last leg.
Aye, he produced a good last leg, I recall.
Of course, Machin's last leg in his match, that incredible 1-2-4 checkout. We were watching it in the players' room, and a loud roar went up when it went in.
100.
Yes, he'd beaten a former winner, Geert de Vos, who won this in 2015.
60.
City in
Peter, you
Manchester.
require 108.
Yeah, there was the second winner, I believe, of this competition since it was brought into the BDO calendar. Now then,
76.
that could have been an
Scott,
early
you
break of
require
throw.
121.
Yes,
Mitchell.
it may well still be if Scott Mitchell doesn't take this out. Treble 17 he needs for the bull.
Now then, Bull.
Shot
Oh,
on
yes.
the first leg.
Absolutely
Scott
marvellous.
Mitchell.
Absolutely marvellous. He needed a
Second leg, it's
1-2-1
Peter to throw first.
to
Game on.
deny Peter Machin another shot at double 16. He had one dart for that first leg, but what a retort from Mitchell.
Yeah,
And,
marvellous finish.
It was.
100.
We were talking about Machin's 1-2-4 on the bull. Well, there you get. Some days you do it and some days you have it done to you.
Indeed. Swings and roundabouts, as the old saying goes.
96.
The treble 17 was perfect. The bull was almost as central as it could be.
I don't think he could have got it more central if he'd placed it in himself with his hand.
100.
A nice steady leg, this second one so far, Machin 2 tons. Mitchell a 96. Well, that's slightly wayward, but adjustments will be made. Oh no, he's adjusted too far.
36.
Well, singing praises of the scoring of this leg in 36. Oh dear. Mitchell won't let that bother him though, he'll be back. This throw, that'll be
60.
well out of his mind.
Indeed. That's been a feature of so many performances.
100.
We saw it with Andy Ford and we saw it with even with Glenn Durrant when a poor score was hit. Came back with a really big one next time.
45.
Yeah, Machin comes from a rich darting family. I don't mean in terms of their bank balance.
99.
I haven't a clue what that is. But Dad, Peter, I think his name. Brian. Decent player. His wife, Debbie. They'll be watching possibly in South Australia, and as he bangs in a 180, hoping they are.
170.
I don't know what time it is
Peter,
now
you require
in
16.
South Australia, but I'll tell you what, it's early morning. Down for double 2.
Game
Gets the
shot on the
double
second
2.
leg. Peter Machin.
Yes.
Third leg, it's Scott to throw first.
Oh, Machin's not the only man in this match that comes from a rich darting family. Scott Mitchell as well, but it's going the other way. His daughter,
41.
Katie, who's in the crowd somewhere, quite the chipper herself.
Is that so?
Oh yes.
I know Katie. I didn't know she was an accomplished dart player.
Oh yes, very handy with a set of arrows is our Katie.
140.
Well, very handy with a set of arrows is Peter Machin. I keep repeating myself, but that's because he keeps hitting the scores.
100.
I had a glimpse of Charlie, the referee. He's another one who's quite accomplished with a set of arrows. Played for Essex Youth.
Charlie did.
Yes.
140.
No longer.
I think he's a little bit too old for it now.
I think so, yes.
100.
There's a few of us referees can hold their own on the dartboard.
Yes, that's often the case.
think the only one that really can't is Nick Rolls. He doesn't even own a set of darts. But he is one of the jammiest darts players I've ever seen in my life.
100.
Well, I've had a game or two for fun with the great Freddie Williams, and I called him the 10 machine.
The 10 machine.
He laughed. We used to have a bit of fun on the old soft tip boards when
Peter,
we
you
were trying
require
them out.
121.
Katie.
Yeah, good.
I think she has played on the live streams before that we've had at BDO events. Jersey, I think it was.
57. Scott, you require 170.
For a hold of throw, 170, with Peter waiting on 64 now then. Another one. Yes, bull.
Oh,
Do you know, I thought it was going to be a
145.
repeat.
Yeah.
An even better
Peter,
finish
you
than the
require
1-7,
64.
the 1-2-1 we saw a few minutes ago. What a great effort.
Treble
Tops.
8 tops.
Double 10.
54.
So, chance here for Mitchell.
Scott, you require 25.
That goes the 17 route for double 4 and a 2-1 lead. Double 2.
Game
Yes.
shot on the third leg. Scott Mitchell.
Well, they both managed to win a leg on double 2.
Fourth leg.
Machin,
It's
the
Peter
one
to throw
before.
first. Game
All
on.
3 legs have gone with throw. The first one by virtue of a brilliant combination from Scott Mitchell.
I think you'll be.
20 treble 17 and the bull.
He will have meandered back to the drinks table
100.
after hitting that with a heavy sigh of relief, knowing he had to hit that with Machin waiting.
$140.
Great start from Mitchell.
Taking his time, Scott Mitchell, isn't he, in his movement? Nothing wrong with that. But maybe just
49.
feeling calm and wanting to stay calm.
Yeah.
Do it in your own time. Don't rush things.
Well, we saw in the last match Rachel Brooks.
Yes.
She, not the last match, the match
140.
before. Rachel Brooks plays at her own speed, and if that's what you've got to do, that's what you've got to do. You play the way you want to play. Throwing slow isn't breaking any rules. It's completely up to yourself how fast or slow you throw.
100.
I believe there was a video doing the rounds on YouTube in the past few months. A man by the name of Terry Down from many years ago.
I referred to it a couple of during
Yeah.
that game, I think. Yes, it was back in
121.
1988. I was there actually
Yeah.
in the audience.
Playing against the wee man, Jockey. And Jockey just couldn't handle the speed that Terry Down threw
Well,
at.
he went and got a chair and took it on stage and sat on it between throw, whilst his opponent was throwing. Taking about 30 seconds a dart. 180, brilliant.
180.
Brilliant,
Scott, you require
brilliant.
100.
Second 180 from Machin, that.
Well, what a finish this could be. Oh,
60.
Oh, that's close. That is
Peter, you
close.
require 72.
Then this 180 has earned him the right
16s perhaps.
to take this out.
Another one of those. Double top for 2-2. Oh,
Game
yes.
shot on the fourth leg. Peter Machin.
Well, let's give him credit there.
Fifth leg. It's Scott to
because
throw first.
He wanted
Game on.
252. He was way, way behind. And to polish that off in 6 darts, no, wrong with Peter Machin.
78.
And he has upped his ante in terms of his average by about 5 points. Scott Mitchell not far off the average that he won his first round match on, playing roughly the same standard.
81.
Machin's another one. He doesn't really show that much emotion when he's standing at the board. Could say the same about this man as well.
140.
Yes. Some would say he lacks passion. I don't agree.
No, definitely not.
You get it, football managers, because they don't raise their arms and shout and scream and run up and down.
135.
Say they lack passion. Some people are just calm.
I could see
You don't have any less passion.
Scott Mitchell when he won the World Championships in 2015. I could see how much it meant to him.
Yes.
26.
He may not show it during the game, but when he hit the winning double, and he could have crumbled to the floor with how much emotion was going through him. And I think it was Martin Adams actually had to tell him to give it the big one after he'd won.
140.
Remember, Adams stood in front of him and went, "Go on then, give it some."
I've only won a darts match, he said. No, probably he'd won more than just a darts match.
100. Peter, you require 145.
145 then for Machin.
By my counting, that's 68 left.
And by mine as well. So it must be right.
So options here could go 16s, 12s, 20s. 16s it looks like. Yeah.
93.
Just unlucky.
Scott, you require 157.
Now then, this would be a good finish. And it's on. Treble 19, pardon me. Yes, tops. Oh, so unlucky.
137.
Well, he's had chances
Peter, you
for big
require
finishes
52.
now. 52 for Machin to go 3-2 ahead against the throw. That's 16 he wants.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Excellent throwing.
Peter Machin.
Both of them throwing really well, and in the end, it's just Mitchell's inability to take out the last two
Sixth leg.
legs
It's Peter to
when
throw
he's had an
first.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Game on.
One darter to double at the end of a
Now
big combination.
The question is, can he capitalise on the break that he's got now?
Well, he's rock steady.
Yeah.
I think he's the sort of player that you really got to
140.
up the ante against if you're going to break him back.
I tell you what, he would get a game in my team any day of the week.
$140.
Rather far to travel, though, isn't it?
Yeah, quite the commute from Adelaide to Rutherglen.
Yes.
$44.
Well, if anybody can challenge, it's that man Mitchell.
180.
His first 180 of the game, but it's more than his first sparkling moment. He's been on the cusp of more than one or two.
58.
Almost took out a 157. Did take out a 121. Had a shot at 170 and hit the 25.
60.
Well, coming back for a 1-2-1. We'll have ideas of hitting it. He's done it once, why not again? You should stay there now, Peter.
Yeah, come on, Peter, lad.
One
We
eight
ain't got
three
all
left.
day. Although we've got a fair
79.
amount of time.
Scott, you require
Yeah, his uncertainty
121.
there, I think, cost him, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think it cost him. His uncertainty got in the road of his consistency.
97.
Repeat of the 1-2-1 this time, but he will be back for 24. Pressure required here from the Australian.
$92.
Well, he
Scott,
made
you
it.
require 24.
With that last dart possible, should Mitchell give him the chance? I fancy that he's going to get this now.
Game shot on the sixth
Went
leg.
exactly
Scott
where
Mitchell.
he intended, exactly where I thought it would go, and you too, and many of our viewers.
Yep, using that first dart as a marker absolutely perfectly.
Seventh leg. It's Scott to throw
So
first.
important there.
Game on.
A break back for Mitchell. Terrific leg. And the best leg of the match so far, 14 darts.
Yep, consistent, I
45.
would call that. It's not
Yeah.
earth-shattering by any stretch of the imagination, but it's good.
The
It's
last
very
three
good.
darts they picked up well, 15, 15 and 14, haven't they?
100. $42.
Well, what a chance now for Mitchell. To hold his throw, he's got to win, of course, and then break back somehow to try and win the match.
83.
Well, the break back has to come here, in fairness, I think. What's Mitchell going to do? Get back in front.
140.
Yes, 2-7-4-3-1-8, nip and tuck. Don't know which way this leg going, Anthony Dundas. He
55.
lifted it
treble
just
five.
right, got the right weight on that dart, but in so doing, just took it wide to the left of his target.
Needs a treble here, you've got to think.
58.
No.
So 47 behind. Now another one of those.
And again, he's stopping to think.
Another big treble.
Even a single leaves him on a finish.
96.
Yep, back for 167. Mitchell needs big scores here to pile the pressure on. Make that 167 a must hit for Machin. Oh, look at this. Marvellous.
180.
What can you say? The
He's
perfect time.
fantastic, isn't he?
Oh, amazing.
No
The perfect
titch,
time.
Mitch, when it comes to darting prowess.
It's always good to hit a 180, but the timing of that was just
131. Scott,
But
you
good
require
pressure from
36.
Machin, both on double 18. Mitchell with first pop, and again he can use that as a marker, as he did with the double 12 in the previous leg.
No score.
Well, after that first leg, after that first dart, again, I
PC
thought he was going to get it.
36.
But Mitchell, his last visit has earned him the right to go at this. Double 9. In a bit, and... Oh, and he
18.
did come in a bit. Would you believe it? Just not
Scott,
quite
you
enough.
require 36.
Oh, 36 for Mitchell. Double 9 for him now. In a bit, it's exactly where Mitchell's went. And that
18.
almost as well. That was almost deja vu.
Carbon copy.
Could have
PC, you
been a,
require 18.
could have been a replay, video replay.
Oh, needs to come in a bit. Not that far, Peter.
10.
Almost threw that third dart away in disgust, but
Scott, you require 18.
now
Both
then.
players know how important this leg is. At 3-3, first to 6 wins the match. Who's going to get this vital 7th leg?
No
Well,
score.
it's unbelievable that he went above there when he was working his way down.
Yeah.
PT, you require 8.
So, another opportunity for the Australian.
Game
One he
shot
has
on the
taken.
7th leg. Peter
A
Machin.
break of throw. Scott Mitchell has not got a clue how that has happened. Shaking his head.
8th leg. It's
In
Peter to
absolute
throw first.
disgust in the background.
Game on.
And now Peter Machin, 4-3 lead. And he has the darts in this 8th leg. Is that 7th leg we have just saw going to be the turning point, the key leg in this match?
83.
Well, it was by far the longest leg we've seen. I'm not going back to the cricket, but that was a long leg.
It was.
79. $58.
Some of the really high scoring. There was a 180 in that leg from Mitchell, and you were saying how time
137.
But in the end, he failed to capitalise on it.
$134.
Excellent cover shot. It's more than a cover shot now. It's often used as a main shot, isn't it? The 19s. Obviously,
100.
where it's necessary to land on a double, yes.
And we have got a few players on the circuit that go for 19s.
Yes.
Before they'll go for a 20. And we've even seen Eileen de Graaf.
Oh, yes, I have.
She has a tendency to just go for 19s if the treble 20 is not treating her kindly.
$134.
Super darts from Machin.
Yeah.
But it's going to be under immense pressure. 25.
133.
But under
Peter, you
immense
require
pressure, he
92.
does respond, doesn't he, Mitchell?
So it should be bull, first of all. 67 left, 17 or treble. He'll take the treble. It's double 8 for a 5-3 lead.
76.
Quality for all that he
Scott, you
missed
require
by the width of
52.
the wire. And Mitchell now, having hit 133 to land on 52, needs the double 10. Oh,
32.
right on the wire. Can't believe it. And now
Peter, you
Machin
require
to
16.
really punish.
Scott's doubles just deserting him
Game
at the
shot
moment,
on
but
the
Peter
eighth
Machin
leg. Peter Machin.
taking advantage of that. It's a 5-3 lead
Ninth
now
leg,
for
it's
the
Scott to throw
Australian
first.
man.
Game on.
And now the English captain Mitchell, he's got a job on here.
Twice in successive legs, Mitchell has provided the
60.
big shot which has given him the opportunity. 180 to land him on 36, 133 to land him on 52, and both times he's failed to make or complete the job.
60.
That, in the end, will be the reason why he's lost this game.
Yep.
Having said that, Peter Machin has thrown well enough to win it.
140.
I think if we were playing golf, we'd have to say his approach shots have been marvellous, but his putting has been dreadful.
Yes, I quite often use that analogy because it is a good one. Your scoring is your approach.
99.
Your finishing is on the green.
121.
Your setup shot is your chip, isn't it?
That's
onto
it.
the green.
Yep. On that
137.
horrible 3-4-2 that you cannot leave a finish no matter what you score. And Mitchell now 180, needs a treble just to stamp his authority.
60.
Well, he's got 120 when he comes back, but the way Machin's throwing, he could be on something a lot easier to finish after these 3 darts. What pressure being applied. Down he comes.
99. Scott, you require 120.
121 to snatch the first leg out of the fire. Not able to get the Shanghai needed here.
60.
So for the
Peter, you
match,
require 106.
Machin wants 106.
Nice finish this, treble 20. Treble 18 now. Oh, it's there. Double 16 for a 6-3 win. My
Eight
goodness!
shot. And the
Absolutely
match,
spectacular.
Peter Machin.
Nicely called in, Anthony. A brilliant 106 finish from Machin ends the match. It was a splendid match. As you say, Anthony Dundas, 6-3 the score. And so another seed bites the dust. The number 4 seed, Scott Mitchell. And when they leave the stage, we'll soon be having to replace them. Another Aussie, Corinne Hammond, against Anastasia Dobromislova.
Peter, I'm getting this real sense of deja vu from last year. It's happening again. You've come up from Adelaide. You're now through to the quarterfinals for a second year in a row. Get that feeling?
I'm so nervous. It's not funny. Like last year, I had no idea. I was a small fish in a big pond, and I managed to make it through to the final. And now I've got a bit more belief, a lot more belief in myself, I must say. Not playing week in, week out like these guys do, and they can walk up and they pretty much know what they're going to do. And Scotty had a few shots of doubles there, to be fair, and he let me in, and I just sort of prayed to God I hit it, and I did. And that's the game of darts. So I'm still learning. From my point of view, I'm still learning from these guys, and they've been fantastic. So I appreciate everything that these guys have done for me to help me out and everything. And what will be, will be.
Well, they seem to be teaching you rather too well, Peter. Your next match, you're going to play either Dean Reynolds, a young Welshman who you played last year at the Lakeside, or Wolfie, Martin Adams. So either of those an exciting prospect.
Oh, without a doubt. Me and Dino had a good game last year, and great young fella, a lot of potential. He's only young, so the world's his oyster. Wolfie's been there since Jesus played fullback for Jerusalem, to be fair. And to be honest, to grace a stage with that man would be fantastic. I'm just looking forward to another good game. If I can play like I have been and play well with him myself, I'll be happy with whatever happens.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia's Peter Machin.